Volume's not on there.
Let me.
Only about, 20 seconds early. Well, there's still a delay.
Yeah, there's always a delay.
All right, it says we're live. Let me check the other window. Oh, shit. Oopsie. My reminder for this stream.
Okay.
Let's refresh this. The stream. Oh, there it is. All right, there we go. Wah, wah, wah. All right, welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined here today by our guest, Passion for Drawing.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
How goes it today, sir?
Good. Just woke up, so
Nice.
I'm a little sleepy.
Good deal. Damn Periscope. They're always filtering me. They think I'm spamming, which I sort of am, but hey. Still. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, how you even got to doing comics in the first place?
Well, I didn't start out doing comics. I was doing. I come from more of a fantasy illustration.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do stuff for Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. So I've done a few modules, interior art for a few modules, and some independent stuff, a bunch of independent stuff, and yeah, that's where I came from. And then I came into ComicsGate from there. But I'd always wanted to draw comics as a kid, and just kind of gave up on it for a little while. And somehow it floated back to art. Started doing like the fantasy work, and then CG came along. And here I am I'm working on my second book. And then I have 3 more books I'm going to be doing.
Whoa, am I like behind the times? It sounds like I am. So Doomfade is actually your second book?
Yeah, the first thing I did was a coloring book. It's called Mitsar's Menagerie of Monsters. It was a coloring book of all fantasy monsters, like unicorns and dragons and all that kind of stuff. And it was 100 pages. And I plan on doing another coloring book here at the end of the summer. Hopefully next month when I'm done with Doomfade. I'll be starting that one up.
You did pretty well on this one.
Yes.
And this was your very first Indiegogo book-related thing, comic book?
Yes. Yeah, I did. Again, I did the coloring book first. That was back last year. And then I did the comic book. It's the first time I've ever done sequential work, like where the whole book, doing a whole comic book. I've done submissions and stuff back, when I was younger to all the big guys, but I never did a whole book before. So I'm writing, drawing, inking, and coloring Doomfade. So it's been a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So to do it all yourself, it's a lot tougher than I thought it would be. So I'm a little bit behind, but we're getting there. We're getting to the home stretch where I don't have much more to do. So hopefully here in the next month or so we'll be shipping.
Oh my gosh, this is some cool stuff. I like it. I'm sorry I missed out on it. Let me see here.
Well, there'll be the coloring book. The next coloring book is a horror themed coloring book.
Is it?
Yeah, and then there'll be like a kid's little one that goes with it, because the other one's more geared towards adults, and then there'll be a little kid one for kids. Like 15 pages or so. and that'll be fun, cutesy kind of stuff, and that'll be my next book. And then you'll be able to get the Myth Czars probably with that book.
So I take it there are no other opportunities to get a hold of Menagerie of Monsters?
You can always DM me at Passion number 4 Drawing, and I'll sell you a copy. I mean, I got...
Oh, you have some left in stock? Or do you have like an eBay store? Or
No, I have about 50 or so copies left.
Oh, okay.
So then once those dry up, then it's going to go to, I don't know if I'll ever offer it again. I might, but we may do another one someday and do a different cover,
right?
Or add some pages or something like that. But
yeah, it's just that I tend to be more into the fantasy realm than I am into the horror realm. But with the ComicsGate and so many projects revolving around things like zombies and horror,
yeah,
I'm becoming
a little, yeah.
I'm becoming more acclimated to it, more used to it, I guess.
Well, the horror book will have, it's not just zombies. It's going to be, Frankenstein and the Mummy and
classic monsters.
The classic monsters too. There'll be vampires, and I mean there'll be a lot of zombies and undead in it, of course, because that's always associated with it. But then there's going to be, it's not going to be like slasher horror kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's mostly going to be, those classic monsters that everybody knows, variations of zombies and vampires and Frankenstein and all that kind of stuff. But there's going to be plenty of opportunities to color guts and body parts and stuff. So there's going to be some little funny activities that I'm putting in there.
Oh, cool.
That everybody should like, because it's about, I'm topping it off at about 40 pages. 30 pages of it's already done, and then I got 5 more pieces of art that I need to finish up, and then I'm going to put 5 activities in there that are just kind of weird. And then got the kids book, which hopefully I'm looking for someone to do that.
The kids book?
Yeah, the kids book, yeah. And that'll be it's a simple story about Frankenstein loses his brain. And he goes through and he goes to all his friends, his other monster friends, to try to help him find his brain. And then he realizes at the end he left it next to his keys back at home. So
yeah. Are you trying to do a collaboration for that, so it's not so much weight on your shoulders?
Yeah, I might have someone draw it. We'll see how that goes. But I want it in a cartoony style. I could do that. But I have other projects I need to do, and I want to try to see if someone else can do it. I have a couple people I'm talking to, so we'll see if their schedule allows it. Nobody I want to announce, but
nice.
But yeah, we may get some people that'd be a really good fit for it.
All right. Let's see here, just a sec. Yeah, I know it's weird. I mean, I wouldn't particularly use the book to color in it.
Yeah,
I would just admire the work.
Thank you.
And keep it on my bookshelf.
A lot of people bought the book, and they ended up liking it more than. That link is broken.
Okay, let's see.
The YouTube link?
Probably the IGG one.
Oh, the IGG one? Shouldn't be. Still there.
Hail Drawing Aces, welcome.
Hey, what's up, Ace?
Welcome, Yotam Darkstar. Good to have you. Let's see. Let me see. Because all the links I tried worked. I must have missed something then. Oops. Oh, come on. Seriously? All right, so that.
Got a little bit of everything you collect in the background there, huh?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I like movie posters, so I go with the 24 by 36 dimensions, which is the smaller of the two movie poster sizes. And I've got game consoles, some of my work, biographies of people I'm fascinated with, cookbooks, DVD movies, Blu-ray movies.
Nice.
I think I mentioned game consoles too.
Yes.
I got PlayStation 1000, PSP 1000, PSP 3000, PS2, and I think I have a Nintendo DS and Atari Jaguar.
Oh, Jaguar was a good system.
Yeah, yeah.
Dreamcast is my favorite. It's the best system ever made, period.
Wasn't it the one that had that game, is it pronounced Shenmue?
I'm not sure about that one.
Oh, okay. It was either Dreamcast or the other not so popular one that died. But it was like you were this character in Japan or whatever, and it got so many rave reviews.
Oh, are you talking about Shenmue?
Shenmue. All right. I guess I pronounced it wrong. Oops.
Yeah, Shenmue. They just made the actual third one that just came out.
Wasn't that crowdfunded?
Yes, it was.
Did it ever get released? So
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I heard it's really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I didn't. It was pretty cool when it came out.
Because I thought I read reports that it had been ongoing for a long time, and that it was catching a lot of flack because developers weren't doing updates and stuff like that.
Yeah, they did something kind of at the end where they got a publisher for it, and that kind of upset everybody. But everybody got their copies of the game.
Oh, all right, good.
Yeah, because they did Shenmue 1 and 2, and then it just the Dreamcast died at that point. But Shenmue was probably like the basis for a lot of I would say a lot of your storytelling type of games nowadays, and even like Grand Theft Auto and all that stuff is very influential on them. So that kind of amusement park gameplay. It was a long game too. It was very long for its time. I think it was like 4 discs that you had, 3 or 4 discs if I remember right.
Did you ever pass it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Holy
I finished the first one. I never played the second.
Oh, okay. How long do you think it took you, if you were to estimate?
Jeez. Back then, man, you could get great 20, 30 hours
Oh man, nice.
to get through a big chunk of it. You don't get that kind of gameplay anymore out of games anymore.
Oh, I know. You're looking
at any value.
Wow.
I mean, they save all that for the DLC.
Yeah. You're lucky if you get like 4 hours worth of gameplay.
It's true.
Games.
Yeah.
Yotam Darkstar says yes, Dreamcast was ahead of its time.
Best system. It was just poorly managed by Sega, but best system had some of the best. It had the best games out at the time. Like PS2 had just come out, and it had some. Had like Fireworks Simulator. It was terrible, and
Fireworks Simulator.
Yeah, but it was probably the best system. It has like there'd be no Smash Brothers if it wasn't for Dreamcast, because Dreamcast had Power Stone first, which was basically Smash Brothers before. So check that game out. That game's a lot of fun. They had so many cool games. That's the only system I regret selling. I regret selling that system. And now they're very expensive to get one.
I bet. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm reluctant to get rid of my Jaguar unless a museum is interested. A gaming museum.
I think that they came out with like a mini Jaguar system where it had a bunch of games preloaded on it.
Did they really? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen anything like that. I know they've got it for other game consoles, but I haven't seen one for Jaguar done.
I think so. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw one. I think there was some controversy for it. Hey, what's up, Metal Moves and Brewskis?
How's it going? AL ComicsGate Strong 2020. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They had that weird Fishman Tamagotchi kind of thing. Very weird and awesome.
Yeah, I had that game. It was the American version was done by Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy did the voice when he was talking to it. Yeah, it was disturbing. It had a little microphone. You would talk into it, and you would try to get it to do things or say things. And yeah, it was definitely a Japanese game.
Yeah, that's not familiar now that you guys mention it. Oh my gosh.
Little Asian fish guy swimming around.
So you just interacted with it?
Yeah, he would. It was like a Tamagotchi, you know. Remember the Tamagotchi?
Yeah.
It would act like that, and you would come back, and it was actually timed. So you would turn off the game, you come back, and if you didn't feed it or whatever, but it would actually mutate and change.
Really?
And eventually, it would, if you did everything right, because it was a game to get it up. Because sometimes it would die, and you'd have to start all over again. But then it would suddenly have kids and stuff. And,
oh, really? Oh, my God.
And it would transform like into a frog. So it started out as like a little tadpole, and then you could take it all the way to like this weird frog dude. And yeah, it's a unique game. It's probably one of the most unique games I've ever played.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there actually a way to pass that game, or
It's not really a game more than it is an experience. You know, it's like a Tamagotchi in that way, where you're just, you know, I have a dog, so I'd rather the dog's not going to get a weird Japanese face. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it was disturbing. Like, you're like, what? And then you would turn the game on, and it would just be singing, and it would just swim, and it would turn towards the camera and go, "Hello, how are you?" So,
man, now I'm kind of interested in playing that.
Yeah. If you can find video of it.
Oh yeah, there's got to be something on it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's so much gameplay out there. It's a trip. There was something on PS2. I don't know if I think this was post Dreamcast era, but there was oh shoot, what is it called? It's this gal who's like a demon hunter, I guess, and she's this tall, slender woman with long hair. And
she has guns for feet. Yeah. What's her name? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I owned the game, but I don't have a TV, so I never got around to plugging it up and actually trying it. So I went on YouTube and watched all the cutscenes in one movie.
Yeah, you can usually do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't going to buy the last God of War. I was like, I heard it was really good, but I wasn't going to buy a PlayStation to play God of War, the new God of War. I was like, I'll just watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can do that now.
Yeah. Metal Movies and Brewski says, can't wait for Doom Fate. I took the epic path.
Yes. Doom Fate. That's why we're here, right?
Absolutely. No, we're about gaming. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I like that. Talk about just fine.
So we've got Doom Fate. You're already in demand.
Yes.
Did you do 2 rounds of 30-day funding?
Yes, I did. Yes, we ended in December. I've been working on the book since. Well, I mean, we launched in October, and then I've been technically working on the book for nearly a year now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Are you literally working on it this very moment?
No, right now I'm kind of still waking up, but I'm working on some sketch cards for. I'm just relaxing. This is how I can draw and talk. So.
Oh, cool. All
Um,
right.
That's how I relax. But no, I'm working on sketch cards for Phil Diaz's and Brandon Diaz's
Lost Pages?
Lost Pages. So
Wow, nice.
I'm doing every one of the characters.
Oh, is that right? Nice.
Yeah. So right now, here I'll show you this one. It's not quite done yet, but it's this is the people.
Yeah.
It's not quite done yet, but we'll get there.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, hey, Paul Azevedo, welcome. Hail.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Paul? Yeah, Doom Fate. Doom Fate's it's been going strong. We're really close to 10,000. If we get to 10,000, everybody's going to get another print by Doodle Bags, and there's going to be another set of stickers coming. So if you want to do that, everybody who backed a book will get that. So we'll be at 10,000. Hopefully, we'll go much higher than that before I ship here very soon. But Doom Fate's book about, if you're into like the manga Berserk or Conan the Barbarian or Dungeons and Dragons, this is the kind of book for you. It's about a barbarian tribe in a northern realm, kind of think like Skyrim a little bit. And
All right.
it's they honor the fates as gods. So their whole life and everything is determined by fate. They believe in fate as a thing, as a religion, and they're very strict towards it. Most barbarians, if you ever did fantasy, they're all chaotic. These barbarians are a little different, and there's a reason for that. It's one particular barbarian. Her name's Valeria, and she decides that she's going to do her own thing. She's going to she's going to go against the fates and do her own thing, and that comes with ramifications. And it's about her. It's about a whole society. It's the main theme of it is forging your own path really the right thing to do. We're told all the time, do your own thing, be your own person, do this, do that, and but then everybody comes down on you when you do that. So most of society does when you speak up or say anything. So that's the main theme of the book, forging your own path, and what are the ups and downs of that. Plan on doing 8 volumes. This is volume 1. It's 56 pages. And then the subsequent ones will be 32, probably. I'm going to cap it at 32. And I have a whole story arc planned out, everything. So this is the first book. Gets you set up with the characters. Get you some epic fights and fun and blood and guts, and gets you into the so you get to know the characters, but it's not going to be boring. And then we get into the really rough stuff. So we're going to do all kinds of, there's going to be dungeons, there's going to be dragons, there's going to be all kinds of monsters. We're going to explore the entire world that's around Doom Fate. And this is my IP that I'm going to go forward probably for the next 10 years.
Wow.
And try to make it a thing.
So you started in illustration, doing things like Dungeons and Dragons, companion books, and the stuff you'd see with all the like Dungeon Master kits and stuff. And all the creatures that you create.
Yeah, if you want to go back, I originally went to college for graphic design, and my minor was in illustration, and I wanted to be in comic books. I tried to break in for a good 20 years, and just never got there. Never could break in. So, life took me in different directions, and kind of gave up art for a little while. and but then I came back to it. But I didn't want to. The comic book industry had already burned me a few times.
Oh,
I didn't really want to be involved in it too much. Especially with the big guys, I've been burned by some pros in the past. So I didn't really want to, trying to get in, because a lot of those pros will take advantage of people. And the companies do that too, as we well know. So I was kind of like, let me find something else in art that I enjoy, and that ended up being fantasy stuff. So I started doing that, and I found that I could do pretty steady work doing it. So I did that for about 2 years.
what did you actually have when you got into doing the fantasy stuff? Did you actually have to, like, did you send your samples of your work to these companies that?
No, I didn't actually. Mine, I have a Twitch channel, so I started doing Twitch. It's been over 3 years now, and I started doing that first, and then that's how I met some people who needed art done. They so happened to be in the fantasy illustration area, and I started there, and that led to more jobs. So you get to know someone, you know those connections you can make. And that snowballed over the course of about 1.5 years.
Wow.
And I had some issues with a couple of, I did some stuff for some Kickstarters that aren't going to see the light of day. And but so I understood fundraising pretty good by then, because I'd been burned by fundraisers. But I was doing that kind of work. Then I do work for a couple of other guys, and then they know a lot of people in the industry. So that led to more work. So it got to the point where I was pretty busy. And then I came into ComicsGate, and I was just doing fan art. I was just goofing around.
Uh-huh.
Cartoony stuff, nothing really serious. So then everybody's like, well, why don't you do a book? And I got asked to do, when I first came into ComicsGate, I got asked a lot to do a comic. And I wasn't comfortable. I'm just now getting comfortable with it. Of doing sequential work, it's different for me. So, and it takes me longer. I'm slow.
Because with fantasy, it's more like static images. You've got the story in one picture, and then you move on to something else, right?
Yeah. Sometimes, in some ways, it's harder because you're trying to tell a story in one picture. A lot of them, it's not a pinup, like you would see in comics where it's just Batman standing there.
Right.
It's like drawing covers for comics. That's what it is. If I had to relate it to comic books, like a lot of the covers are very action packed, and you tell stories.
Right.
So, you have Conan fighting a giant or something. You got to show all that. So that's kind of work I did, but I didn't think I'd do comics again. And then I did the coloring book because I had a lot of the art already done. And then that was relatively successful because I wanted to do something kind of that showcased what I did and something fun. Then everybody's like, why don't you do a comic book? And I was like, you know what? I want to do my own thing right now. So that's where Doom Fate came out of. It's kind of an idea I've had for years. And just kind of matured it over the years and finally decided to go for it. ComicsGate gave me that opportunity. So I'm very grateful for that.
How long in the making or the thought process do you think this Doom Fate started? Like, has it always been in the back of your mind for the last 5, 10, 20 years?
It's probably been about 10 years that I thought of it. The main character actually used to be a man at one point. And the character Armis, he's actually patterned off of the original design of the character. I just thought he was a little too Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, okay. All right.
In parts. I didn't want to go down that route. But I also like Red Sonja, but Valeria is nothing like Red Sonja. because Red Sonja is more of a warrior. She's a sword master.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has red hair, but that's the only similarities really. But she's more barbarian in the vein of she's kind of more of a combination of Guts from Berserk and Conan the Barbarian. If I had to take two characters, then if you had to find some similarities there, but she's pretty original character, I think. But my influences are in the book. You'll be able to tell if you know my comic book influences, my fantasy influences. They're all in the book, but I think it's a pretty original story. I think people are really going to like it. So,
cool.
I'm pretty confident people are going to like it, but I could be wrong. Everybody has their own opinions, but
right, yeah, to each their own, right?
Yeah. But it's fantasy's not everybody's realm. It's one of those. It's one of those genres in comics that's not everybody's thing. Most people like superheroes, but the manga crowd they're more accepting of that. They like that kind of stuff. So it's got a manga feel to it here and there. It's going to cover all that stuff. I think people will be happy with it.
Would you say most of your career is you doing your own style, or do you find yourself mimicking certain artists that you admire?
Probably early on, I probably mimicked a little too much. But as I've gotten older and worked on my art, I've kind of gone away from doing that. Now there's definitely influences that I've picked up, but again, I went to college and I had to take life drawing and so you kind of had to forget those things when you do that. They kind of unlearn you on your bad habits. So I did that. I think I got a pretty good solid design sense, and I kind of do go crazy about anatomy and stuff like that. I try to get it as close as I can.
Oh, that's nice.
But my style's kind of, I call it cartoony realistic. It's a little cartoony sometimes, but I can make it look realistic, where we're a little fun to it. So
right. Metal Movies and Brewski says this book is beautiful and has a very immersive world. Yes,
you're going to get into the characters. I've heard a lot of problems. I hope I do a good job. I heard a lot of issues, 2 issues people have with ComicsGate books. 1, they're late, which, can't help that. And 2, the characters aren't fleshed out very well. And in the writing. And I'm working really hard to do that, to make sure. There's a lot of characters, like Valeria is the main one, but there's a lot of characters around her that we had to cover in one book. So you'll get introduced to a couple at the end, and you'll understand a lot of other things in the world that it's set in. Because the way I designed this book, I wrote it, was I created the world first, and I put the characters in it. So more of a D&D mindset. And then it focused on each character, what their storylines were, what their hooks were, what their journeys are. So that's kind of how you do fantasy, good fantasy.
Out of curiosity, I know this is going to sound silly, but as you were creating these characters to plop in this world, did you take a 20-sided die and roll roll different characteristics like strength and charisma and intelligence?
No, but funny you mentioned that. So we have trading cards for the. We're gonna have trading cards for the thing. You can buy the trading card tier.
Oh.
And on the back is going to be stat. There's going to be nice art by. We got a bunch of awesome artists from ComicsGate. I got a bunch of them to do it.
Nice.
Outside ComicsGate, we're phenomenal artists. They're doing the front part of the art like a trading card, and then the back's going to have stats on it of that you can plug into D&D or whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, the cards are all designed. I'm actually working on getting those printed up. So,
I imagine this also means that you're probably going to release your own board game based on Doom Fate ultimately.
I want to do a role-playing book first. Yeah, I'm doing a role-playing game first. So I want to do what I want to do, and it had to be funded first, is a whole source book. So I have 2 adventures written up that take place at the same time as volumes 1 and 2 of Doom Fate.
Oh, neat.
So you can go off and do, and they'll interlace a little bit with the story. You won't affect the comic, but you will meet characters and other things from the books that are that will be in the thing. Myth Czar, which is my coloring book. He's actually going to be in one of them, and then a couple of bad guys will be in the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to do that, a couple of adventures, and then there'll be like a monster section, and then where you got all the monster stats, and then you got character creation and stuff like that. So it'd be like one book. And then you just buy that, and then you can run the adventures, you can make the characters, you can do, and it would be probably like 5th edition, which 5th edition is so easy to plug into anything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so
welcome, Tyler Preston. Hello.
I got some prints, too, here if you want to show.
Yeah.
I got the prints in for the thing, and these were all done, well, a couple of them were done by me, but we got some awesome art from other people. So we got this one is a character called F.A.M.I.L.Y.
Oh, I like that. I saw that in previewed on the camera.
Yeah. So these are really nice quality. They're mini prints. They're 8.5 by 5.5.
Oh, okay. I like an action figure. A lot like a Master Universe.
Yeah, a fan did this, so I asked him if I could use it, and we worked something out. So yeah, that's really cool. So you'll be able to get this. It almost looks like it's almost about the size of an actual, figure thing. And it's a character called Sparrow. You don't see him much here in Volume 1. He's in the preview. I need to finish here soon, but he's in that. He's what's called a huntsman, and he's important to the story later on, but he comes in a little bit in Volume 1. And then this is another one I did. This is kind of my manga, Joe Mad homage picture that I did. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I got that one. And then this one's by Joe Ball. This is
oh yeah, I love that one. That's wicked.
Yeah, this is a Doom Fate Death crossover thing. So he did that one. I colored this one.
Oh man, that's cool.
And then this one is Death Grip. He's a big bad orc dude. He's the head of the Death Grip clan.
Goodness.
This is done by Joey Dorr. He's
Joey Dorr.
He's a Twitch artist. He's a tattoo artist, but boy, is he great. Why he's not doing professional fantasy illustration yet, I don't know why. But
yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Did he do the ink sand colors?
This is digitally painted. He painted this.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is like I if you knew how little I paid him for this, you would be like, you'd be mad at me. And I just asked him to do it, and he just loved the character so much, because I picked everybody, who did the cards and everything like that. I picked all the characters I thought that they would do really well with, and everybody enjoyed it. Everybody had a good time, and
nice.
Everybody stepped up. We have also, for the trading cards, we have Narwhal did a card.
Oh damn.
Simon Poitier did a card.
Yeah.
Peter Gilmore did a card. We got Joe Ball did another card. He did a trading card too.
Damn, you got some good talent there.
Who else did we get? Oh, Vic King did a card. Sweens did a card for me. Let's see who else. I always forget everybody because there's so many people. But yeah, we had a whole bunch. If you scroll down, you could see all the cards. They're kind of down there.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna check that out. Yotam Darkstar says, "Wow."
Yeah, so you get a lot of cool art and everything from different artists, not just me.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know, I don't know. This is just my angle. The way when I look at this, I don't know. Is this the one of the covers?
which one?
Is it showing?
Yeah, just what you're seeing. You're looking at.
Yeah.
That's the top half of the cover. We get a poster, 11 by 17 poster of that.
All right, cool.
If you buy if either one you buy a book, or you buy the book in the Epic tier, you get the poster.
It kind of gives me a vibe of the video game Doom or Wolfenstein 3D, and the game Golden Axe.
Golden Axe is definitely. I would say Golden Axe is an influence here and there for me. I love that game.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
I don't know how smashing health pots give you health, but I never understood that. But
yeah, let's check out this teaser here.
Sure. And that was made by another fan. So.
Oh, really?
Yes. A lot of people were really into the book, so I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, nice.
But we're getting really close. I know people have been waiting patiently, and I've been working very long hours to get it all done. It's a little bit more work than I anticipated, so I probably would have made the date a little bit longer out. But I have literally 5 pages to ink, and then I have over half the book at different stages of colored, and then we've got about 10 or so pages lettered. Phil Diaz is doing the lettering for the book.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Nice.
So like when he gets done with his campaign, I'm going to start hitting him with bunches of pages. Things will start getting really rolling. So, but the coloring is part of my process. So it's literally, it seems kind of simple, but it's almost like painting the book in a lot of ways. It takes a lot of, I think just coloring just that 2-page spread probably took me about 12 hours.
Yeah, easily.
So it takes a little bit more time. I draw in all the little, color and all that stuff. Everything gets kind of drawn in, so it takes time. It's not like your normal coloring where you just flat it and just put a bunch of gradients on there. It's a little different. It's a little more involved.
Are you a traditional artist or digital?
I'm both.
Both? All right.
I do both. So I do a lot of my layouts and rough sketches in the computer, and then I print them out real light, and then I finish up the penciling, and then I do the inking all by traditional.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, a lot of artists do the opposite.
Yes, they do the opposite. And then I scan things back in, fix up the inks, and then I color everything digitally. So there is original pages for most of them are original. I do have some digitally inked pages in there, but the almost 95% of the book is all traditional.
Wow.
So
that's nice
because it's easier to lay everything out, get everything perspective and other things in the computer. It's a better. I use it as a tool. I could do traditional; it's not a problem, but prefer to use the computer. It's a lot. Takes a lot of stress off you.
Oh, I imagine.
Layouts and things like that.
Because if you make a major mistake like on perspective or you want something else where something else. I mean, you want one thing that just came to mind to go where this other place already has a substantial presence, then it's going to take a lot of work to redo it unless you start from scratch.
Correct. I know a lot of traditional artists that got stacks and stacks of thrown out pages. So it's like I really don't want to do that. You know how the whole measure twice, cut once kind of deal.
Right.
That's kind of how I am with books. So it saves on paper, it saves on time, but like I said, I do most of the work traditional because I'll come in and do all the pencils. I'll still like this particular thing that the pencils. I'm not a tight penciler. I don't pencil real tight. So I come in and I have to do a lot of the work. Inking is where all the energy comes. I don't believe in drawing a picture twice.
All right.
That's how I view it.
Tyler Preston says, I'm getting Heretic vibes from the cover.
Heretic.
Yeah. Metal Movies and Brewskis.
Yeah.
Throwing up the horns. See that village? I want to go there and drink it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
That was me. I dropped the marker. Sorry.
Oh, all right. At least you didn't drop some beverage all over your work.
No.
Yeah. It's that immersive feeling like you want to go and partake in the wares at these booths. And I'm quite impressed with how you get this glowy effect with blacksmith and the jewelry on display.
Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. It's just a technique you had to do. You set up a different layer, and it's a glow layer. So with the thing, you just go in there and you airbrush it, a little bit of glow here and there. With the jewelry, all I did was you mask the inks layer, and then you go in there with an actual like gold, kind of dark gold color, and you color in just those lines. Gold, and that works out. Let me show you a page. I'll give you guys a preview because you were talking about immersive. So this is a page I finished a couple weeks ago, but this is this is all. Let's see if we can get it without all. This is all mostly traditional. There is some blue line here, but all this was pretty much drawn all by traditional. Like I only drew like the squares for these houses here. Everything else was done by hand. So this is just another.
So you mapped out the basic shape of a house and then you inked all the detail?
Yeah, I don't know if I can get in there real close. You can just kind of see. You can see the blue lines. They're all just kind of
all right
squiggles and stuff. They're not. There's no detail to them.
Okay.
So and then if I have trouble, I come in and I pencil some things here and there. But it's just to get the page laid out. Like I wanted to lay out the whole page so that it's going to make sense.
Yeah. And
so this is Galen and this is Armis. They're best buds, and that's Armis's family up there. So
cool.
Yeah, let me see if I got another one here. I can show you. I don't want to ruin this.
Yeah, that bottom picture. Yeah, the trees framing the image. That was cool.
And then this is another one where the blacksmith Schmied is Valeria's father. So he makes the best weapons, some of the best weapons in the land. He makes magical weapons. So he's here where he's offering her first weapon. So and they're kind of looking at the weapons here. So and again, if you look at it, it's just squiggles mostly. But it's to get the perspective right and everything. It helps with that.
Yeah.
So, that's about all I can show.
Yeah, that's cool.
Everything else would ruin the story. I got a lot of stuff stacked here.
Definitely don't want to ruin the story. Tyler says Heretic was a PC first-person shooter from the 90s that's clearly inspired by Doom mixed with Conan.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
I remember playing that. Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Trespassers.
Yeah, those are the giants of Valerium. Valerium's the name of the valley that they all live in. So Valeria, she's named after the valley. It's literally Latin for valley.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Valeria is Latin for of the valley. So that's where her name. Armis is actually is Latin for warrior or swordsman. Depends on who you ask. What the meaning is. But the giants Valerium are headed by a one female giant. Her name is Durica. Female giant in my world. Female giants are exceedingly rare. It's like maybe 1 in 100,000.
Oh, damn.
So they tend to be catered to, and they get slovenly, and they get it. Also with giants, in my world, they start out kind of a little bit tall, but as they get older, they get stupider.
Huh.
So they get dumber. They forget things. They're not as, maybe the plate gets a little thicker on their head or something. But so there'll be a little bit of a story with her. Durka this is her first interaction, Valeria's first interaction with one of the giants. She has 23 sons, all from different giants. So, because giants from all different kind of giants come all around to try to woo her and mate with her because there's not that many females.
Right.
So she gets whatever she wants. But on top of that, she's a very powerful shaman. So she can control the elements and things like that. And they've been at an uneasy peace with the Valerians. That's the barbarian, the Valerians. That's what I call them. They've been in an uneasy peace for 1,000 years. So this is that's kind of the backstory in part of this.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, and those are letters by Phil Diaz of Lost Pages and Magic Cop fame. So he's doing a great job.
So, all right. So maybe I'm missing something. So, like, I guess traditional humanoid sizes speak in these balloons.
Yes.
And then the ones with the wiggly edges are like a gravelly giant.
Yeah, every race is going to have their own kind of fonts and the way their balloons look. So there's orcs that are going to be in it too. Orcs will have their own look to their thing, but all humanoids will talk like that. Yes, they'll have the regular speech bubbles. Their speech patterns will be different. They'll speak differently. Like all the giants speak like hillbillies. They speak like, "Hey, y'all." They speak like that.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, they have that hillbilly kind of. Because Durka is based on the mom from Honey Boo Boo. So
really,
yeah. Just her character, kind of, just her way she talks and stuff. And
oh my gosh, that's
I based her on that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's they're fun. You'll be able to see them, plenty of them in the book.
I like this type of dialogue here that I don't really remember seeing much of in books in general, like the Ho giant.
Yeah, giant. Yeah, that's
bouncing out of the speech bubble.
Yeah,
and it's still legible. It's large enough. It's legible. It pops out of the speech bubble, and thanks to the highlight of the white outline, it's still readable.
Yeah, that's the great Phil Diaz doing that. So he's doing, like I said, he's doing a fantastic job. He did a great job on Magic Cop. and he's a cool guy, and he's doing all the lettering for this. So we're having fun with it because the idea for the lettering was I wanted to go. You remember the Walt Simonson run on Thor? You know, the whole Ragnarok thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's what we're going for with the lettering. So.
Oh my gosh! Holy crap! Did you just use your imagination as to how the cross section of a neck looks, or did you actually take the time to go on the internet and Google images of?
Well, I've seen. Let's say I've seen plenty of cross sections of necks. So.
Ouch!
So it's from my head, but I think it's pretty accurate. But I think it's pretty accurate. And that's that piece by Joe Ball. Again, if you get the print tier, you'll be able to get that. It's only in the print tier you can get it. So.
Now, I'm not sure if I'm looking at it right, but is she holding a monster's head?
Yeah, that's one of his characters, and the name escapes me right now, but from Death, which will be Joe Ball's character. So kind of did like a crossover print.
Oh, okay.
So we're kind of trading. We're trading pieces.
Oh, all right.
So there'll probably, I don't know yet, but there'll probably be I'll do a Death, Valeria, Doom Fate picture. So for his, I don't know if he asks, but that was what we were talking about.
Yotam Darkstar is asking, is the Epic Path perk, does it include the cards or only an add-on?
If you go when we scroll down lower, you'll be able to see everything you get so far that's been unlocked. So yes, you will get some cards, but you don't get all the cards. Then if you get the card add-on, you get an extra card. So there's a card you cannot get in the Epic Path. So you'll get that. You're guaranteed that. I think we only unlock 7 of the cards for the Epic Path. You get 10 in the trading card path.
Huh. All right.
So you'll get 3 cards, and one you're guaranteed is never ever going to be in there. So, so you have all of that in there. So that's the difference between the two. You can always buy an extra set too. It's always nice to have that, but you only get 7 or so in the Epic Path. You don't get them all. Encourage people.
On the same image, the black portion, is that an animal hide cape?
Yeah, she has, like, in the cover, she's wearing a wolf. She's wearing a wolf pelt as her thing. That actually comes up in the beginning of the book. So that's Durka and her sons. That's another 2-page spread. And as you can see, it's all different kinds of giants. And actually, Phil and Brandon Diaz are in the back. They're the 2-headed giant in the back. Put them in the book. There's different ones. There's a Cyclops. There's a troll giant. There's a stone giant, iron giant. There's all kinds of different guys. Storm giant, fire giant. It was fun to draw them all. It's been fun drawing them all. So.
Yeah.
There's a big. I don't think it's ever been done before, but I could be wrong. But it's a huge giant fight.
Oh, cool.
So I don't think it's ever been done before in a comic.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
A giant fight is in a fight of giants fighting giants, or a giant fight meaning a gigantic no holds barred?
Both.
All right. Sweet.
We'll go with both. So that's everything you get with the Epic Path. So you get 5 5, 6, 7. You get 8 cards, actually. You get 8 cards, and those are all the cards for. That's all the art. So you got from left to right. That's Sim did the one on the left, then Narwhal, then Sweens. Oh, then Vinny Terminelli did that middle one. Then we got Joby Doors one of Death Grip, and that's Joe Ball. He did Durka, then Peter Gilmore and Vic King, and then there's a couple other pieces that were done by others that will only be again for the card tier.
Huh.
You get a special piece of art like the Omni print that I showed you. You'll get that as a card in the card tier.
Okay.
You can get that. You can only get her character in the card tier. So
Once we hit the base goal of 1500, campaign goes to adventure mode. Campaign levels up every 500 or so, revealing new add-ons and stretch goals. You can follow the progress by checking the level up board below. We have trading cards, sketch cards, head sketches, prints, buttons, stickers, keychains, etc. planned. The more this campaign levels up, the more stretch goals people earn.
yeah, we didn't. I wanted to go higher. I was hoping it would go higher, but we got pretty far. So I'm pretty happy of our stuff now. Like I said, if we hit 10,000, we'll do that before I ship. Then we'll do the print by Doodle Bags. Doodle Bags also did the picture for the back of the book. So.
All right.
But he'll be doing a separate. There's a separate piece of art he'll do. It's a whole new print. So if we hit 10, we start getting over 10, then that money goes towards doing another a separate book I have planned that takes place in Doom Fate world. It is you remember the Savage Sword of Conan, the old magazines?
Yeah.
So I want to do I want to do a story like that for the characters of Doom Fate. It'd be in black and white. It'd be a total homage to that kind of format in that book. So right now there's 4 stories. I would have different artists do them, and it would just go kind of get into each character, their backgrounds a little bit. So you would get to see it would be Armus, Galen, War Commander Zoc, and what was the other one? I forgot. I'm losing it, and I have too much. I'm too tired. But there'll be a 4th story in there too, and I'm sorry, Helios. He's the hero. He's a hero character in it, so you'll get to see, and he'll flesh out the world even more in the characters. So I'd like to do that as the next book, actually, comic book I do. But if we get over 10, that money starts going towards that project. So artists are expensive.
Oh yeah. Well, I figure that's why the price of these trading cards is 7,000.
Yeah, we hit that a while ago. Heck, I think we hit that back in March.
Oh, that was a stretch goal.
That was a stretch goal at 7,000. Yeah, we're almost at 10 now.
I thought at first the trading cards cost $7,000.
No.
And then you got the 6 stickers from 6 a.m. Comics. Man, 6 a.m. is like pumping them out.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude too.
No,
Nice guy. Yeah, he did those great stickers. You'll be able to get a set of those.
Yeah. What's a video game?
Yeah, I'd love to, eventually someday do video games and role-playing games and games and miniatures and dice and, I have all that stuff I want to do. It's just a matter of getting the IP out there, making it successful and, getting more and more momentum on it. So we got to get the book out first and let people, because I think once the book's in people's hands, I think there's going to be good word of mouth on it, I think.
What was your original goal?
Original goal was 3,000.
Oh, wow.
So we did
definitely more than fully funded. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're like at least twice more over Cool.
Yeah, that's the power of ComicsGate. They've been very good fans, very good people. Also, you know, a lot of people outside ComicsGate have supported me, so
Cool.
can't forget about them.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then we got the stuff I'm doing for Raging Golden Eagle.
Oh my gosh, you're working with him too. Nice.
Yes, I'm doing an 11-page story for Blade Devil.
Oh wow.
I can't show you any of it, but
Well, I figured.
it's nearly done. And then I'm just doing the pencils and inks. It has to do with, if you're familiar with the book, the skulls. They're they're like the bandits or whatever in the book, so you'll be able to check them out.
Gotcha.
It's a little side story with them.
Cool.
Cool characters, fun to draw. I think I've been going crazy with, because I'm kind of doing a manga style on it, and I'm having a real good time with it.
Oh, nice.
Really good time.
All right. I'm gonna play the video, the teaser again.
Okay. Really cool. I love that.
48 plus page graphic.
Yeah, we're at 56. So
Oh, nice.
that's where we're at. That's
what was the binding?
the binding.
Is it a perfect bound? Is it?
No, it can't be perfect bound. It's not enough pages.
Okay.
You need a minimum amount, so it's gonna be saddle stitched. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but they don't offer, the printer I'm going with don't offer it at that low of page count. You have to have, I think it's like 70 pages plus.
Whoa.
Quite frankly, I can't draw on it. Well, Doomfleet, I started drawing it, and I've drawn 80 pages. The original book, I expected it to be close to 100 pages, but we didn't get funded to that level.
Oh.
It's just and then the amount of work for one person is exceedingly high. If you're doing my suggestion, if you're doing a book and you're doing it all by yourself, don't. Unless you have most of it done already, but it's a lot of work. So like volume 2, I learned volume 2 when that comes out, because I have 15 pages of it already drawn. So it's almost half drawn. So it's not going to be released until I'm finished with it. So like the lettering's done, almost done, and then we're going to launch. So
all right.
I'm not doing this 6-month stuff again.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work and a lot of pressure. So.
All right. So checking out the perks. And I tell everyone this. I love when creators make available a featured tier, because as I see it, it's the best bang for your buck, and it also is the best way to experience the book that you're backing. It gives you a nice slice of the story, if you will, or a nice snapshot, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So the featured perk, which is the Epic Path, you get the book plus a poster plus all stretch goals.
And that was the one section we saw earlier. You get all those cards, you get the sticker, and that's what you get. You get extra, you get it added on.
Mini poster of the cover art. Cool.
So it's 11 by 17.
All right. So it's just folded in half, right?
Yeah, that's going to be folded in half for shipping purposes. I do have one person who doesn't want it folded. But if you don't want it folded, then we'd have to work something out, because shipping on that kind of stuff right now is like if I were putting it in a tube or something.
Right. Then it's gonna be more.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little. It's different.
So we have mini print add-on.
Yes, that was the mini prints I showed you earlier. So you can buy them separately.
Oh, okay.
So it's $10 for the 6 of them, and that's a completely separate tier.
So you pick a minimum of 5 of the 6 designs.
Plus, you get a bonus 6th one, yeah. And that one with all of them that I did, the kind of purpley one, that's a card that only the male sign-up people got, because that's a trading card only they're gonna get right now. And then, but the print you can get of it at least with that tier. But so if you got in early, you were able to get a trading card, and that's going to have just the basic stats for Valerians on it.
And all the stretch goals as well.
Yeah, we didn't hit enough stretch. We didn't hit any. So each one, like the mini print add-on and the trading card add-on, had their own stretch goals. Unfortunately, we didn't hit them. So I had numbers set up. So like we only had, I think with the mini print add-on, I think we had like 10 people actually get it. Same thing with the trading cards. We had about 10. So we needed much more.
Wow, yeah.
Stretch goals. So, but I'll have plenty of cards and stuff for the next campaign. So you'll be able to get these later. If you see people with them like, oh, those are cool, I want to get them. We'll offer them again. So they're not exclusive.
Do you have like a huge batch of them already printed?
I just got that's the last of the printing things other than the comic. It's the last thing I have to get printed. I just got the design for the card backs in the front in this week. So I'm laying out all the cards right now. There's going to be, like I said, there's going to be like 10 of them. So it takes a little time. And I got to do all the stats. I have all the stats written down. I got to put them all on the card, make everything look pretty.
Yeah.
Off to the printer. So
and I take it before the printer actually proceeds with the job, they send you a proof of the trading card to make sure you don't have the wrong stats on the wrong image.
I think they do. I'll have to check the company, but they might. Might be cool if they did.
Yeah.
They usually have everything online because they go directly from online straight to print. That's how they do it nowadays.
Yeah.
So like what you see in your PDF and everything, they just plug that right into the printer. They don't really look at anything, but it has been known for people to mess things up. So
yeah. All right. So we got the trading card add-on.
Right.
10 trading cards minimum, unique art by elite comic artists, and unique tier, only stretch goals, exclusive card.
Yes, and that card I haven't set that one out yet. People will find out about that when we hit 10,000, I think. But it's going to be, well, I could say who did it. Carl Oro did the card.
Oh, all right.
He did the art. So it's going to be a black and white variant of the. There's already a Valeria one that Vinny T did. That's going to be full color, but there's going to be a black and white version of that card. So like all the other cards are going to be in full color, but Carl Rhodes is going to be in black and white. The whole card's going to be in black and white. It's going to look cool. It'll be like gray tones and black. So it'll be kind of a variant card, I guess.
Call
it. So all right. Variant. And you can only get that with this. So that's my plan.
All right. Exclusive trading card, 10 trading cards minimum, all trading card stretch goals.
Yes.
Digital version.
Yes.
So you get
I only added that about a month or two ago. So you can't grab it digital if you're in another country, you're worried about shipping and all that stuff. Digital is available. And with the digital, there's going to be a little few extra pages of like the making of Doom Fate. So there'll be some extra art and some story points and stuff. You guys will see art that, like some of my early concept stuff for the characters.
And the digital version is a PDF?
Yeah, it's just a PDF.
All right. Then you got Single Path, which is one book only.
Yeah, you just get the book. No stretch goals, no poster, no nothing. You just, because there's a lot of people who just want the book. Or some people buy an extra copy, so they'll buy like a reader, buy that. Or, you didn't want all those cards, but you like the mini print set, so you buy the book and the mini print set.
All right.
So it gave people options to buy, instead of slapping everything together.
Right. Color character sketch card of your choice.
Yes. So you can get a sketch card done by me. And as a matter of fact, I just finished the people card for.
All right.
That's probably see that on Lost Pages someday when I get the rest of these done.
Nice.
But yeah, so you'll be able to request what you want. So like I'm doing some like Doom Fate stuff for people. I'm doing other characters. So. But it's a good way to get affordable piece of art from an artist. Sketch card that way.
Yeah.
I like them in ComicsGate and other things because if you can get artists, it's a unique piece of art and it's affordable for most people.
Yeah.
You can get them for $20 to $30. If you get like a full piece from a lot of artists, depending on who they are. I mean, I know I don't charge a small amount. Some artists, it could be in the thousands. So this is a good way just to get a quick little piece of art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next
it's unique too. That's one of a kind.
Yeah, that's for sure. Black and white full color, black and white full character sketch.
Yes, we have one of those.
8.5 by 11 pencil, 8 by 11 pencil and ink sketch of any Doom Fate character of your choice. Free shipping.
Yes. So that just comes out there. We got someone on with that. And actually, I should contact them, ask them who they want, and send that out. You can get that. That's a low price. That's a full I'll probably do a little bit of background and all that stuff. So it'll be a nice picture. It's not a quick sketch like some artists do. I don't do that.
All right. So now we have original 11 by 17 pages on Strathmore paper, fully inked, and a PDF of the book included as well.
Yes. So what I'm doing differently with this is that a lot of times, a lot of other campaigns, they give you a random page and then you get some page and you're like, you really don't like it. I think if you're paying $100 per page, which is a good price, you should be able to pick the pages you want. So once the campaign starts shipping, okay, and people get their books, I'm going to send out PDFs to all these people and they're going to give me a list, like their top 5 pages they want. So they'll be able to look at the book and say, I want this page. Is it available? And I'll tell them yes. And it's first come, first serve. So like if you're the first person that backed it, you get first choice, your top 5.
All right.
And you will get the page. A couple of them are people who got the drawn in tiers, so they want the pages that they were drawn into.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So I'm putting those off to the side for them. They automatically get them. So I'm not going to... they're going to get the pages that they're featured on. So those guys, there's like 2 of them. But the other 2 people, they're going to be able to pick whatever they want. And there's some beautiful pages I think people will be happy to own coming up. So yeah, and it's a good price. That's a very good price for original art pages. So I don't think anybody sells them really that cheap.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll be able to.
Oh, yeah, 2-page spreads are spoken for. Dang it.
Yeah, they're spoken for. I have one other 2-page. Well, there's 3 2-page spreads. Well, one of them's in volume 2, technically. One is that opening scene in the town that you saw up top, the village. That one's mine. I'm getting that framed. I'm keeping that. And then there's another one of Durka and her sons. That's if you back the book early on, it's being given away. So I'm giving that away randomly to someone who backed it in the first 60 days. There's another 2-page spread I did, and that one's being given away too. So there was one for the first 30 days and one for the second 30 days.
Oh, wow.
So those are already spoken for. They're one of the first things I drew for the book.
All right.
So,
and then the last tier is already sold out. Original Joe Ball art. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This image on the left, except when it was still in black and white, right?
Yeah, that's all done full traditional. It's Joe Ball. He did that. Also, the cover is sold as well. You don't see the perk there, but it's been sold. So the cover's been sold. That original art. I have another original art by Joe that we may or may not put up. I don't know. I sort of want to keep it. So it's one of Durka that he did. I don't know if anybody would buy it, but I like it. It's my character.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I like this piece a lot too, but
I
thought it'd be good to get it in someone's hands.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked.
And then you'll be able to, we'll keep it open once we've shipped. The Epic Path tier will go away when I start shipping. And then it'll just be the book and probably original pages I'll keep up there for a little while. And everything will start getting just the book. Eventually it'll just be the book and the trading card and the mini print tiers. And that's it. I may even take the mini print and the trading cards down. So we're getting really close. Like I said, probably a month out, maybe a little longer. I'm trying to get it done as quickly as possible because I have 2 other projects to do. I got Grave Robbers, which I'm working on now, and Raging Golden Eagle Bloody Devil story. That's only 11 pages, but we're over half done with it. So, and I'm not doing any coloring on any of those books. I'm just doing the pencils and inks. So,
are you doing it? Is Grave Robbers your property or another's?
No, that's Mark Middleton.
Okay.
He's been in ComicsGate for a little while. He's a writer. It's his project mostly. I've done a lot of concept art and doing obviously I'm drawing the comic, but it's a horror western thing, which really hasn't been done so too much. But I think people will really like it. It's a cool story. It's about kind of some bounty hunters in the Old West, but they bounty hunt monsters. That's the best way to describe it.
Okay.
I don't want to tell too much of the story, but yeah. I'll let Mark do that when he's ready to come on your show and everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll have him come on here. But they've already released a page and the cover, and we already got the script fleshed out and doing good. But that's my next book I'm going to hit. And that's not mine. So I figured I'd do some other people's stuff for a little while.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's certainly a lot of work out there for comic skaters.
Yeah, for artists. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you're looking for an artist, I mean, it's actually kind of hard to get one right now. Everybody's busy. Everybody I know is busy.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have time. And we're all taking on too much work.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Let me see here. So,
'Cause I'm booked up for the next year.
oh dang, wow, yeah,
At
that's
least.
busy, all right.
Yeah. Between my stuff and doing stuff for other people.
Yeah, all your different projects.
So much time.
So let's watch this final time here. The teaser here. Cool.
Well, I got to get going.
Yep. Would you take a moment and share with the audience how people can find you?
Sure. You can. Best place to see what's going on with me is on Twitter, which is the passion #4 drawing down below. You see underneath my big fat head. That's the best way you can find me. I also do a Twitch channel. I'm on Twitch. Same handle down there, Passion for Drawing. On Twitch, I'm on there Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Around 2 p.m. Sometimes, most of the time I'm late. But come on there. You can see me drawing stuff for Doomfate. You can see me doing all kinds of other art and hanging out. So we do that for a few hours, 3 times a week. You can also check out my Instagram, which is the passion, and it's passion, the word for FOUR drawing. If you look that up on Instagram, that's a good place to see me. And then you can just see me around. Right now, I'm not doing a whole lot of streams because I'm really busy. So it was good to do this one. I needed to get a stream or two. Oh, and the Hardline on Monday nights on the Diaz channel, on the Z Brothers channel. We do that at 10 p.m. Eastern. It's every Monday.
The Hardline?
Yeah, it's called the Hardline. It's where it's the Diaz Brothers, myself, Ace, Sim, Michael Beacon, and we sometimes have some guests drop in too. We just goof off for like 2 hours.
Okay.
It's fun. It's a good time. It's fun.
All right. Nice.
We talk about books and all kinds of stuff.
Fantastic.
Yep.
You can find me on Twitter at WyzGyz Tweets, on Twitch under WyzGyz Twitches, and YouTube under WyzGyz Entertainment. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications. Be sure and select all notifications so hopefully you'll get wind whenever new videos come out. And thank you all in the chat for joining us today and everyone who will watch this on replay. And thanks to our special guest, Passion for Drawing.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And you all have an awesome day. I'll be back with another stream later this afternoon, promoting another book. We are ending the broadcast in 3, 2,